Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. In this particular palmistry video, I'll be telling you about what is the meaning of super rare signs on one's palm. This is a question everybody is basically wanting to know if they have a super rare sign, because they assume that if they have a super rare sign, that is the only time they are likely to be having abundant money. They would be a millionaire, billionaire, or they would be super famous. This is the general perception normally people have. Even books basically tell about super rare signs. And one of the books I was reading, it basically mentions it mentions that few signs are extremely rare. Something like a circle sign. Circle sign, it is super rare and it is not found easily. In my 35 years of experience, I have not seen even one single case where we find a circle on one's hand. So it's not necessary to have a super rare sign to be successful. I would just draw over, like I'll just explain to you. Some people, book also mention sign of Jupiter, sign of Saturn, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Moon, and Venus. All these things basically it talks about. It also talks about, let me just draw what a Jupiter sign is going to look like first. It's something like this. This is a Jupiter sign. Then the Saturn sign is something like this, H sign. Then the Mercury sign is something like this. Nobody would be having such kind of lines. The Mars sign is going to be looking like something like this. So nobody has this sign. Sign of Moon is something like the shape of the moon, and sign of Mercury is something like this. So book also mentions once we go through the book, it also mentions that once these signs are located at different places, it has got different meanings. But when we do not find these signs at all on your hand, what is the point of basically explaining also? So I would say that you don't need to look at these signs with seriousness. There's nothing to it. In order to be successful, you can have a very simple kind of a hand, and yet you can be an extremely successful person. If that is what you want, even if you want to be famous, even then you don't require these signs to be successful. I've seen hands of many successful people. They do not necessarily have all these signs, or any one of them. None of them. They don't have any such sign, and yet they are successful. They are successful because of the qualities they have. See, qualities is a thing that we look on your palm, and it can easily be seen if a person has got good quality. A very simple quality. Let me explain to you what a simple quality would mean. It's something like a simple headline and a simple heartline. See what this is going to mean? It is going to mean that the person is going to be predictable. If a person is predictable, then automatically the person would be able to make more friends. If the person is going to be make more friends and associations, and his nature suits many people, so he's going to be more acceptable to more people, and that is the reason why the person could be more successful. See, I'm just telling you basics. Don't think that only the money line, only the headline or the heartline is going to be telling you. It also needs to have good qualities over these particular lines. These lines should be independent. Like there should be space between them. It shouldn't be like joining over these lines. And specifically, this is the heartline. If lines are leaning downwards from the heartline, then they are considered to be bad. Then it is said that the chances are that the person is going to have expectations. If these branches are very strong branches, hanging on to the heart line. This is the heart line. So then the chances of success decreases because the person is flirtatious, the person is anxiety prone, and the person is basically not focused. And that's the reason why the person is not going to be successful. This is how we basically read the hand. We do not look at these kind of indications that that even the book basically mentions. So in my past experience, I've never ever seen these signs at all. And even if you are going to be showing to me, if you feel that you have such a rare sign, I'm sure 100% it is not there, then do send me those images. Probably you're just imagining these signs. They might not be there at all, but yet you are imagining. So these lines have less meaning. Even a line, even a circle, a person might not have on one's hand. So what brings in success? It brings in that the person needs to be focused. The heart line says that the simple heart line means that the person is focused. Branches over, the person is lacking in focus and the person is flirtatious. So flirtatious people are not successful, and people who are focused, they are successful. Then we look at the headline. If the headline is moving upward towards the little finger, it is the area of technical ability, so that the person is likely to be more technically sound. So the chances increase for success. So this is how we look at the hand. Even the hand structure, if the hand structure is good, it automatically means that the person has got a good hold over people, money and resources. You can easily come to know if the hand structure is good or bad. If you hold or shake person's hand, you would realize that the other person's hand, if it is stronger compared to yours, then the other person has got the ability to have a good control over you. And if your hand basically overpowers the other person's hand, then the chances are you are going to overpower the other person in most cases. But this is not necessarily true. If a manual laborer is shaking hand with a person in higher office, there's a good chance that the manual labor, the farmer or the policeman on the street or the army men on the border, their hands are going to be much more stronger compared to people who are sitting in offices, people who are doing more of mental work. So, but even then, strong hand, structured hand, if they are found in offices, even they would exert extreme amount of control over people, money and resources. And that is what is required. You need to have a good structured hand. That is when you are going to be successful. Good structured hand basically means strong bones. These are strong bones. If people have got strong bones, and apart from strong bones, you need also to have padding over these mounts. Not necessarily under the finger of Saturn, because Saturn mount shouldn't be too much well padded. It should be just normal kind. But the other mounts, if they are well padded, they bring in lots of qualities. The Venus mount would bring in desires, the sexual desires or the desires to make it big in life. And the energy and stamina comes from Venus. This is the part of Venus. So think about it. Do you need to have these kind of indications, or you just need to have a good Venus and a good Mars? Good Mars gives you fighting abilities, and a good Venus gives you unimaginable energies. A good Jupiter, a well-padded Jupiter would give you good organizational skills. Good amount of Mercury would give you very, very good communication, technical skills, business skills, engineering, medical, science, you name it, anything to do with mind, it comes from here, the amount of Mercury. So this is basically my opinion. You can take it or leave it. It's okay, but try to understand, you do not need to have any of the rare signs the books also speaks about. Even the book says, at one given moment of time, the book says that these signs are extremely rare, and it is just mentioned because of because it was mentioned in the past. That is the reason it is mentioned. So so I don't give too much of importance to any of these lines because I've never seen them in my life. That is the reason. And once I look at people who are successful and they don't have such signs, so I say you don't need to have any such sign. And that's it for this particular video. I hope you liked this particular video. If you like this video, do click on the like button and do give your comments. Subscribe to my channel. And before I end this particular video, I would just add that you can call me or you can email me to get a paid reading. These number and email is mentioned out here. Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. Importance of money line. You must have seen in my this particular video, I have not even talked about the money line, and yet even with the things that I've spoken about, if those things are good in your hand, the chances of you being able to make more money and create more possessions and wealth are going to be more. So not necessarily money line tells you everything. Money line importance is just 15%. That is it, maybe even less. A saint once said, you do not need to go to an astrologer or palmist to know about your future, because you already know your future. How? Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Negative thoughts, bad company is going to, you're going to go down the drain. Right company would, even if there's some negative points on your hand, even those are going to not apply it because you are in the right company. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and like, comments you can give good or bad, whatever you like. I would be thankful, and do subscribe.